Now on Good Morning El Paso, the election drama continues this morning. The president-elect sounding off on Twitter, claiming voter fraud ahead of that recount effort.
Today begins 9 days of mourning in Cuba following the death of Fidel Castro. It remains to be seen whether the end of an era is also signaling the start of change.
And new this morning, video showing alleged airstrikes in Iraq, the latest on the battle to retake the city of Mosul.
Live, where news comes first, from the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning. If you're looking for travel deals, you may want to get online during Cyber Monday.
Experts say slow summer travel sales should result in big airfare and hotel deals. Some may even last through the first week of December.
So if you missed the deals on Friday, you have yet another chance to get more bang for your buck today and get this without all the crowds.
Ooh, we have your complete coverage coming up in a live report. But first, a very good morning to you, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Florin. Good morning, everyone. Let's start things off by talking about something that we have to get to, the bad news, the wind out there.
Yes, wind, cold weather out there, Nicole.
Yes, it is windy, it is cooler out there, and expect the winds to stick around this afternoon. Even cooler temperatures are in the forecast for tomorrow. But let's get you out the door. Grab a jacket because it is cool. And with the winds coming in out of the west at 30 to 35 miles per hour, gusts for some locations around 45, it will feel much cooler out there. So this is the temperature versus what it feels like outside. 45 El Paso, but it feels like it is 35 degrees. 37 in Las Cruces, but it feels like it is in the 20s. 28 in Ruidoso, feels like it is 19 degrees. So again, grab your jacket. The winds will continue throughout the rest of your morning. We're still in the 40s at the 9 o'clock hour, 45 in Las Cruces. And currently in Northeast El Paso, if you live around Travis Elementary School, it is 43 degrees, but wind gusts are higher again on the northeast side of town and on the east side of town. Notice our wind gusts at 47 at Park Elementary School and Travis, we're at 47 miles per hour. So coming up in just a few minutes with your weather and traffic on the 7s, that's 6:07. We will take a look at temperatures across southern New Mexico. Hillary?
All right, thanks so much. 6:02 now. We start with Donald Trump's Twitter rampage, railing against the recount effort in 3 battleground states. The president-elect spending much of yesterday sending a barrage of tweets taking aim at Hillary Clinton's campaign and then launching explosive new allegations of voter fraud. Adrian Bankert has our complete coverage this morning.
Donald Trump seething on social media, a series of tweets from the president-elect after the push for recounts in key states saying, serious voter fraud in Virginia, New Hampshire, and California. So why isn't the media reporting on this? Serious bias, big problem. And I won the popular vote if you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally. That, so far, unsubstantiated, Trump providing no proof. It comes after Green Party candidate Jill Stein is forcing a recount in Wisconsin, and now Hillary Clinton's campaign joining the effort, which could expand to Michigan and Pennsylvania. Clinton lost those 3 states by just over 100,000 votes. It's unlikely a recount would change that. Trump calls the recount effort a scam, adding, so much time and money will be spent, same result. Sad. Trump himself spent months warning the election would be tainted.
It's a rigged election, believe me. And we know it's a rigged system.
1.8 million dead people are registered to vote.
Team Clinton saying their own investigators have not uncovered any actionable evidence of hacking or outside attempts to alter the voting technology. But they will participate in the recount, a decision Bernie Sanders supports.
It's a legal right. It's not a big deal. I don't think anybody, Secretary Clinton or anybody else, thinks there's going to be profound changes.
Overnight, Clinton's lawyer saying we are getting attacked for participating in a recount that we didn't ask for by the man who won the election but thinks there was massive fraud. Adrian Bankert, ABC News, New York.
New this morning in Cuba, flags are flying at half-staff today throughout Cuba's capital in honor of former President Fidel Castro, who died on Friday. The U.S. Embassy, however, refrained from such displays. Some Cubans are calling disrespect for the country's grief. Embassies are not subject to the dictates of local governments. And we'll have more on the tributes happening today coming up in just a bit on Good Morning El Paso. But now to new video this morning released by the Iraqi Defense Ministry showing alleged airstrikes on the Islamic State group in Iraq. The footage is set to be filmed from an aircraft over Mosul. Iraqi forces have been supporting a government offense to retake the region from extremists. It's not known when these airstrikes were carried out, but Iraqi forces reported heavy losses in men and equipment.
Many of you are waking up already browsing through the internet looking for those Cyber Monday sales, aren't you? Well, it's traditionally the busiest online shopping day of the entire year. Some stores released internet deals a little earlier this year. We have Good Morning El Paso's Denise Olivas live with more. Good morning.
Good morning, Hillary. You know, we saw this similar thing during Black Friday. I went out to do some shopping over the weekend and noticed that some of those sales were extended throughout the weekend. Now, for example, Academy Sports and Outdoors, they opted for Cyber Week hot deals instead of just a Cyber Monday. The shopping season across the nation is in full swing, and the borderland is no exception. But is Cyber Monday losing its appeal? Consumers spent more than $3.3 billion online on Friday alone. Adobe Digital Insights, which tracks online purchases, says that's a more than 20% increase from the same day last year. So that means more people are doing their online shopping earlier because sales have been stretching out for longer periods and a lot earlier.
I'd rather stay home in my bed, my comfy pajamas, my hot cocoa, and order anything online.
Because of the crowds and just people fighting over little things at the stores, just the huge lines, it's just easier.
And some of those best buys continue to be televisions, laptops, tablets, and of course all those tech gifts. So those are usually where you end up saving the most money. So if you go to our website right now, KVIA.com, you have our homepage here. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll have the weekly deals, which include a lot of the cyber specials. For example, Macy's, even Family Dollar, JCPenney, and of course Academy Sports and Outdoors you just saw. So get to shopping if you plan to do some more spending on this Cyber Monday. Back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, looking forward to it. Thank you, Denise. And after the busy holiday travel weekend, a lot of people are waking up at home today and getting back to work. The Transportation Security Administration says passengers moved smoothly through security checkpoints on Sunday. A spokesperson for the TSA says about 2.5 million people traveled yesterday, 500,000 more than a typical weekday. The Federal Aviation Administration showed average delays of about 15 minutes or less.
And now at 6:07, time to talk weather and traffic on this day that we have issued a first alert.
Oh yeah, lots of wind out there, Nicole. It is windy, Stephanie, and cooler out there. Keep that in mind as you get your kids ready for school. We're in the 40s in El Paso, Las Cruces. But although we're in the 40s, 30s for some locations with the winds up, of course, it'll feel much cooler outside. Hermosa Heights, 42, that's the temperature now. And at the Farm and Ranch, 37 degrees. Again, it feels much cooler than 42 degrees. El Paso, Las Cruces, as you move through your day today, notice we're only in the 50s this afternoon. Rain chances will go up around the 5 o'clock hour, 57 degrees in El Paso around 5 o'clock. Coming up in your full forecast, it will be windy today, cooler, even cooler temperatures are in the forecast for Tuesday. I'll let you know when the rain is expected to return to the 7-day forecast. That's coming up. Mauricio?
Hey there, Nicole. Off to a pretty calm start so far at 6:08. We're seeing, for the most part, green across El Paso, but a little bit of a slowdown right here. This is Loop 375 south at Edgemere. Good news is I took a look with our TxDOT cameras. I wouldn't worry about it too much. And here's an update on the crash that I brought you about 30 minutes ago. It's northbound at George Dieter, currently blocking that intersection at Zaragoza. Police are on scene, and they do have an officer that is directing traffic right now, so hopefully that'll help ease some of the traffic. We're still seeing 12 miles per hour, though, as our current speed. It's looking a whole lot more green, though, in Las Cruces. Good morning to you. We're tracking speeds of 70 miles per hour on I-10 West, 75 if you're heading east towards El Paso, 69 right now on I-25, and Highway 70 will stay open all day. Let's give you a live look outside with our ABC7 TxDOT cameras. So that's Loop 375 at Edgemere, where we were seeing that slowdown on our map. It's looking clear right now, but as Nicole mentioned, it is windy out there.
All right, thank you so much, Mauricio.
And we have a lot more to come here on Good Morning El Paso today.
Our round-the-clock crew was on the scene of an apartment fire in northeast El Paso. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
And a little later, residents in Cuba are left with uncertainty following the death of Fidel Castro. The normally vibrant culture quiet this morning as 9 days of mourning begin.
It is 6:09, and this is ABC 7, where news comes first.